Welcome back, folks. Hopefully I've got the audio adjusted a bit better so you can hear me and a little more clearly, and the game sounds a bit more softly, so we'll see how that goes. So where we left off, we have our Discoverer partially equipped, and we still want to do a little bit of exploration, partly to find some vendors that can sell us useful stuff to keep adding to the Discoverer, and also for missions. So really we'll take either one right now. So we'll bail out here and start tooling around. As you can see already, the ship is turning a lot faster, a lot nicer. And that's what we want. That's going to be useful in case we actually have to dogfight. And it just makes getting around a lot easier too. Now, part of the issue that we have currently is that our map is really wimpy, doesn't have much in it, but we're going to fix that by exploring just a tiny bit. We're going to fly over here to the east gate, fly through there. We're actually going to end up coming back through when I head south, if I remember right, south to the ore belt, just to see what's hanging out there. I remember Albion Prelude actually changes the layout and the contents of some of the sectors.
The wall.
So some of what we're used to seeing isn't there anymore in the ore belt. It's actually quite a bit different. Like, I think it's all mined out. Now we'll explore the wall here real quick, because I've increased the draw distance thanks to that added feature in this engine, so we can actually see some things. We'll fly straight towards them. It's a solar plant.
Solar power plant.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot of interest here, although there's a mission.
Free Argon trading station.
You are talking to the automated
What do you demand
Oh.
of the split?
He's just got maps for sale.
The prices.
You know what? Might as well buy them.
I will transmit the data to you now.
There's a reason I saved that 10,000 credits for something. Well, that's handy. We just expanded our map quite a bit. Well, let's hit the brakes, see if anybody has anything useful for sale here. So we have a trading station. Doesn't look like any useful equipment here. There's no missions that I can see on the map. Yeah, I don't see any here. Alright, so maybe Home of Light has something useful. Actually, TerraCorp does have some useful stuff. Ah, they've got a jump drive. That's a big one. We'll want to save up for that. They've also got a transporter device, which will be handy later in the game, and we'll install it probably one of the last things that we do. A bioscanner can be moderately useful, but I don't really think we're going to be doing missions that involve it. So we'll stick with just jonesing for that jump drive there. So the question becomes, how do we generate some money so we can afford the thing? Now, Ore Belt is the one that's changed quite a bit. You'll notice there's not much in it. Now, of course, this guy's maps could be incomplete, but we'll fly around there and check it out in a bit. For now, let's go see what that thing costs. We can, while we're flying around, we can look for missions too.
Docking granted. Autopilot activated.
I'm actually going to let the autopilot drive. We're only 2 systems away, so it shouldn't take too long to get over there.
Entering system. Argon Prime.
Oh, I see a couple missions here.
Light Weapons Complex. Alpha.
You are talking to...
What troubles you, pilot? Your timing bodes well. I have work for you. If you are capable, I will send the information you require now.
These missions suck at the start of the game. They require you to deliver a ship of a certain type, and we simply don't have the money, or I think even the faction rating, to buy the damn
Image
thing.
recognition.
You are talking to the auto...
Is there something good timing? I've got something that might interest you then. I'm looking. This is what we need. This might prove a hard mission. Does it interest you?
Nope. Can't hold that much ore on the ship. Now, something to point out here is that any time a station has any mission icon at all on display, it's worth looking, because they could have more than one mission with differing types, and only the first one actually shows up. Only the first one gets listed, that is, as the little icon. So it never hurts to hail everybody you can that's got any kind of mission at all on display. Alright, so we'll head back over to TerraCorp again.
Autopilot activated.
It may seem a bit on the boring side, but this is actually the, I don't know, the start of the game experience if you're looking not to get into combat right away. You basically fly around a few sectors and look for missions. Well, rather, look for missions that you can do. Now, we've requested docking clearance here already, so that doesn't matter. We have the trading extension,
HQ.
You are talking to...
which lets us see what they have for sale and how much things cost. Okay, so a jump drive is only 100,000. That's not actually that bad. The transporter is even cheaper, which is cool. So, yeah, we've got a goal to aim for. So I'm just scanning around here looking for anybody that might have a mission. There's somebody. Gotta get closer to him.
Docking granted. Autopilot activated.
Of course, you have to be within, what is it, 25 kilometers to hail?
Quantum tube.
You are talking to the automated interaction system.
Is there something I can help you with? I've got something that might interest you then. I need someone to build me a station. Do you want to see the details?
Again, later in the game, those might be productive or profitable, but for us, they're not, because there's no way we have the capacity or capability to plant a station for anybody right now. So we'll just move on to the ore belt.
Entering system. Ore belt.
It's a bit of a shocker when you fly into this system after you've gotten used to playing Terran Conflict. There's not quite as much ore here anymore. And in fact, I think the
Cluster flak array forge.
I forget the name of the place, but there's a headquarters here, or that used to be here, and that's gone now. Ah, there's a mission.
Free arc.
You are talking to...
Spaded out. Great! Just in time. I've got a lead you might like to pick up on. There's a passenger I need moving. Encoding data for transmission now. Anything there you find of interest?
Passenger transport. It does not say that it requires a transport ship. So what we can do is give this mission a shot. Now notice I canceled. I didn't actually accept the mission yet. The reason I did that is it has a time limit. We don't want to run out of time. We shouldn't. It's just headed to Cloud Base East, and that's not too far away.
You are talking...
Oops. But what we want to make sure is that we've got room. I think we do. I think people take up more than one unit, but we have a total of 31 units available, so I think we've got room here. But the cool part is we're going to dock at the station.
Docking granted.
You have to dock there anyway to pick the people up, but we can do a bit of save scumming here by saving the game, then attempting the mission. So if it turns out we don't have the space, we can always just sort of reload and pretend that didn't happen. So because we don't want to take the faction hit this early in the game. Let's speed up this docking procedure.
Successfully docked.
Okay.
On behalf of our president and senator,
Yada 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 blah 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 blah.
you aboard.
Connection to local trade.
Okay, so we're gonna save this out. All right, game saved.
Spaded out right on time.
I love how these people are so rude.
Encoding data for transmission now. Anything there you find of interest?
Yeah, I think we can do that. Cloud Base Southeast. If you people want to cram aboard a Discoverer... Oh, wait a minute. I think we have to have a life support system in the cargo bay before we can do this. Oops. Let's see what the ship has. I don't think we can do it. Damn it. I always forget that. Crappy little details. Right. Okay. We can't do that mission. As you can see, you're kind of limited at the start of the game as far as what you can actually do. The temptation to just cheat in some extra money is definitely it's definitely there, and it's tough to resist. But nah, we'll fly around some more and look for some other missions. There are missions out there you can do, and they do actually pay you enough money that you can get kind of rolling. Just it's finding the first one that sucks.
I will transmit the data to you. Now, are you interested?
Again, if we had life support in the cargo bay, this would be a perfect mission for us. But I do not believe this guy does. Drat. Right, so let's go check out one of the cloud bases. Just for the record, steering a Discoverer in CETA is a bad idea. You'll end up spinning in practically 360 degrees, and it doesn't really do a whole lot.
Entering system.
Ah,
Cloud
this.
base southwest.
There's at least 2 missions in this system.
Satellite factory.
You are talking?
Spit it out! Great to hear from you. I reckon you can take the job?
Covert operations are okay. They're boring. That's one of the only issues with them. Who else had a mission? Okay, a bunch of people have missions.
You are talking to the...
What's fighting you? Glad to hear from you. There's work that might fit you well. I'm in need of a freighter pilot.
Well, you're screwed, lady. We don't have a freighter.
You are talking?
Spit it out! I've got a lead. You reckon you can take the job?
Asteroid scans. Now this we can do. What? Now let's make sure we've got the right equipment. Just sanity check here. Mineral scanner. Yay. Right. We're going to take this one.
You are talking positive.
Crap.
Please.
Don't want to
Docking.
dock.
You are talking.
Spit it out, pilot! I've got a lead you might like to pick up. Reckon you can take the job?
Okay, so we have 24 minutes to scan, what is it, 10 asteroids? Should be able to manage that. If I can remember the hotkey for a scanner. It's been a while. Okay. It's one of these bloody things. You have to make sure you can do this sort of thing before you take missions like this. Sounds like somebody just self-destructed or hit something hard near us. Actions. Oh, there's a... it'll show us the hotkey anyway.
You are talking?
One more try.
Spit it out! I've got a... Reckon you can take the job?
Alright, let's do it. Now, with the
Docking
Discoverer,
aborted. Asteroid.
asteroid scan missions are really, really simple. You just fly within 10 kilometers of every asteroid that you're supposed to scan, and then you can click it, and that little scan menu item will light up. And your ship's
Asteroid.
autopilot automatically leads you straight to the next one, including through gates, which is pretty handy. Now we should have about 23 minutes left, but as you can see, we've already done 2 of the asteroids. The nicest part about these missions is when you're done, you don't have to dock at the
Entering
station where you're
system.
supposed to be
Emperor
returning the data.
mines.
You can just send it back over the radio.
Asteroid.
I'm going to use CETA to make this less painful to watch. There's lots of asteroids here. Might have to remember that and come back here for some station operations once we've got some money later. And remember not to fly through little asteroids. Those will smash up your ship.
Asteroid.
Especially our dinky little Discoverer. Wow. Poor guy wants some scans from the ore belt. I don't think he's going to be impressed with what we find. Whoa! Yeah, see, that's what happens when you steer with CETA turned on. Just to let you know. You can get away with that in bigger ships with slower turning, but a souped-up Discoverer, nah, you'll get vertigo fast.
Entering system. Cloud base southwest.
As you see here, oh, I guess he didn't want anything from ore belt. Okay. Just passing through then.
Entering system. Ore belt.
Oh, jeez. Wow, I'm paying attention.
Asteroid.
Okay. One big asteroid to scan. In fact, this is one of the few left in the system that you could build a station on. Not worth it, though. You can see that CETA and a Discoverer makes it pretty easy to get through a system very quickly. The other upshot is that it's very, very easy to run away from people. So if somebody decides to attack you, it becomes pretty easy
Entering system. Cloud base southeast.
to get the hell away from them before they can do any real
Asteroid.
damage. You want to get away from them before they can even get a single shot landed, because if you take any damage, any hull damage, you slow down. Alright. We are almost done with our scans.
Entering system. Ore belt.
Actually, we might be done entirely. Let's check the mission. Now we've got 14 minutes left. We've still got 4 asteroids to scan, so this is actually going to be a bit of a rush to get back there in time to finish this mission. There was another one that just blasted by us on the left there. We'll check that out on the way back.
Entering system. Home of light.
Wow, this mission might actually screw us. So, of course, we're using CETA, so not actually spending 24 real minutes doing the mission. But I don't think you could even do this mission in anything other than a Discoverer.
Entering system. Red light.
Okay,
Asteroid.
how much time have we got left? 11 minutes? Yeah, I might be able to do this.
You
See
are
what he
talking.
wants.
Apparently, we are pleased. Would you like to have this job?
Ugh, another covert operation. Those are so
Asteroid.
dull. They're dull, and there's always the risk of combat throughout too. So those are not exactly the most fun if you're looking to not fire weapons.
Asteroid.
2 to go.
Asteroid.
They are very rarely all in the same little cluster so that you can scan them quickly and get out. But, whatever. How'd I know it was going to pick this distant one?
Asteroid.
Alright, last one, and then we haul ass to get back in time before the mission expires. Okay, let's go.
Gate. Cloud base southwest.
Gonna let the computer do the flying here.
Entering system. Cloud base southwest.
Oh. Really? We have 17 minutes left now. How did that work? Oh well. Huh. Did that really take us back to... No. It did. Wow, okay.
Chip plant. Alpha.
You are talking to the auto.
Spit it out!
Well,
Incoming message.
huzzah! We made a tiny bit of money, and better yet, we improved our relations with people. Okay, well, that was not as... Hey, look at that! 23,000 credits. Cool. Well, there's our first bit of money. Huzzah. Let's see what this mission is.
You are talking to...
Is there something I can help you with?
Just in time. I've got something that might interest you then.
I'm looking for a freighter pilot.
You're looking for a baloney. Yeah, so he doesn't have anything we can do.
You are talking...
What's perfect timing?
She needs a freighter pilot too. Very needy people here. Yeah, let's go back to this other sector. Thought I saw something back here. Anyway, what I'll do here at this point is we'll dock and pick back up here on the third part of this walkthrough. Not really walkthrough, just how-to, I suppose. Don't want these running too long. Gets a bit boring.
Entering system.
Oh yeah,
Red
plenty of
light.
missions hanging out here.
Light. Shield.
You are talking...
What do you
to...
want?
Tell me, we are pleased. Would you like to?
Covert.
Crystal.
You are talking...
Is this good timing? Do you want the job?
Hey, there's one. Let's do this first before we bail. It takes 49 minutes. Now these can actually be a bit rough. And you'll see why here in a minute, but let's do it.
Gate. Ringo Moon.
The first part of the mission is easy. You just find the stupid ship. You fly out to it, you eject from your ship, repair the thing back up to 100%, otherwise it will move slow as a dog, and then you just use its own built-in autopilot to fly back to the system and the station where it needs to go.
Entering system. Ringo Moon. Autopilot off.
I don't know what autopilot was doing right there, but it was being an idiot. Now with a jump drive, you can pretty much always cinch these missions without any problem. You just jump straight to the system where the ship is reported to be, do the repair, send it back on its way, and there's never any time concerns. Now this one,
Entering system.
nope, we should be
Cloud
fine.
base northwest.
What have we got?
Octopus Raider.
Ah, it's already at 70%. Cool. Alright, the only bummer here is it's 50 kilometers away from us, so that's going to take some time to get to it. 43 minutes left to finish the mission. That should be enough. Okay, so we want to approach not too quick, otherwise we'll overshoot the thing, but this ship is actually pretty maneuverable, so it doesn't matter all that much. You do want to get about as close as you possibly can in your ship, because flying around in your spacesuit is a really slow and painful process. So let's kick a little closer here. A little bit more. That should do. That should do better. Alright, so we're actually going to use the eject feature. It always seems a bit silly. You want me to eject from the ship? Holy
Octopus
yeah, but, right.
Raider.
Okay, so equipped automatically in our spacesuit is a repair beam. Oh, wait a minute. We need to claim
Ship
the thing first.
computer control transferred.
If you don't claim the ship, it might consider your repair an attack. I forgot about that. So anyway, we got lucky and didn't have that problem. So let's give this thing orders to head back Oh crap, I don't remember what station it belonged to. Ah. Okay, he is in Crystal Fab M Alpha. Alright. There we go.
Docking granted.
Huh.
Command accepted.
There's a fast little bugger. Almost took my head off. Alright, so anyway, we need to get back in our ship and we're good to go. Where is our ship? There we are.
Discoverer.
You can get in a little trouble if you screw up and forget where you left your ship. Although you can just check the local sector map. Let's see what this guy wants before we head back. You don't really have to follow the ship you send back to its base. That's not necessary. Because if it gets attacked, there's not a whole lot you can do anyway, unless you if it happens just to be a little pirate ship, like 1 or 2 fighters, you can take them out. But if some capital ship goes up against something you're sending home, there's nothing you can do in a Discoverer.
Got something to say? Great timing. Stop gawking.
Oh, I hate these smuggling ones. Those can get violent too, and those just aren't fun. So if we look at our property list, you notice that we actually own the Octopus Raider now. We'll end up having to surrender control to it to the original owner to succeed in the mission. If you really want to be a complete jerk, you can actually do take one of these missions, claim the ship for yourself, then go sell it. But I believe that marks it as stolen. There is some negative consequence to doing that, apart from the faction hit that you take for failing the mission. I think they end up treating you like a thief, and if your rating is really neutral, like mine is, I'm pretty sure that it very quickly makes you unwelcome in this entire group of systems, and that's not a very pleasant way to play the game. So we will I'll dock at this thing, save the game,
Alpha, docking granted.
and then we'll pick this up again in part 3.
Successfully docked.
On behalf of our president and
Okay,
senator,
so there's
the Arkham Federation
that's
welcomes
basically
you
the idea.
aboard.
We'll do a few of these missions, and then I'll spare you the pain and suffering of having to watch a whole bunch of them. What I do want you to see is the fact that you can do multiple missions all at once. So when you get the hang of things, you can have, say, 2 or 3 different ships flying back to their lonely owners all at the same time, and you can be running asteroid scan and freighter missions while all of that's going on. And it's a kind of handy way to just generate some money quicker and get better faction and that sort of thing. But for now, we'll just save and call it quits. And I will see everybody again for part 3. Thanks for watching, everyone.